I asked my wife for this episode what she thinks is the most problematic thing with AI. And she said is that everybody uploads all data there. Yeah, welcome to another episode of AI for the 99%, the podcast for the small firms, the entrepreneurs, the mom and pop stores, and the self-employed. We have something interesting to share about how to use AI for your business. It's Dietmar from Argo Berlin at the microphone. And please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your podcasting app. But now back to the topic. So, if you upload something, whatever it is, to the cloud, whatever cloud program you have, Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever, it is not on your computer. That means somehow somebody can access it. There's leaks of passwords. You might have a password that is not so good. Whatever it is, whatever you upload, somebody else can get access to it. I mean, they also can get access to your computer, but that's much more complicated. So the cloud is really a problem. Sometimes you get from Google Password Manager or whatever, you get this password is leaked somewhere. So you know that happens, and people can then log in somewhere and get your data. The firms try, but there's always something that happens. So in general, cloud is a problematic thing for data. Be sure how to handle clouds. One thing. Second thing is all stuff you put into an LLM like ChatGPT lands in the cloud. That means they have it on their computers and on their servers, and they have probably a cloud service like Amazon's service or Microsoft or whatever. So it goes through the hands of two different providers of services. That's two possible leakages. So be clear on what people can upload there. And that means for you as a small firm, if you're alone, think about what can you upload. Is it data from someone, you have a client, or let's have the travel agency example, a trip to somewhere, and you have all the data there, the name, the birth date, and some bank data, and you put everything into ChatGPT. ChatGPT has that. And there's this thing that they have a problem. It's not their fault. They have a lawsuit against them, and they have to save everything forever, even deleting them. If you go to the deleting data, like you have this option to not save the data, it doesn't work at the moment because they are not allowed to delete data. It's crazy, but it's like it is, because the judge wants to have access to the chats to prove something. That's really not good for your data. So if you upload something, be careful to upload stuff that you also would publish on your website, let's say, or not totally, but publish to a small, to your newsletter, let's say. So interested people know about it, and not the total public, but some people know about it, and some people are allowed to know about the facts that you upload. What does it mean to working with AI? Use data carefully, meaning erase data that the AI doesn't need to know, like the birth date. If you want to write a mail to a person, change the name, change the dates, and then download the copy and paste the mail and put the original data in. That would be a good thing to do. The second thing is use services you trust more. I would recommend you to use Mistral, which is an European Union service, and they follow the GDPR. So the data is more safe, not totally safe, but more safe than with US services. You can also go there, but just the one that I would have recommended in the US, Anthropic, they just, it was disclosed that they learned of illegally acquired books. So, should I trust them? And they are the most trustworthy. So the others are more problematic. Do you want to give them your personal data? Should the data be in a database? Probably not. So Mistral would be a choice I would make. Or if you can afford it, which is expensive, have a own system running, own LLM. But this is more problematic. There are other services you could use, but it's more complicated, let's say. So that's about the services and how to trust them. They are not the good ones. You have to know that. Those services those LLMs. OpenAI is probably the most trustworthy, and they are already, not totally evil, but they're not the good guys, and they are the best, among the best of them. So why is it important to not upload data? Yeah, because evil players can get access, but also if you ask something from ChatGPT and it's really specific, and ChatGPT has data on your competitor, it's the same region, same business, and the data is in there, ChatGPT might surface exactly the data your competitor put in and helps you gain access to things you shouldn't know from the perspective of the competitor. So everything you put in can surface somewhere else. There's the function to turn off the learning. That's one thing that you should do. I think I described it in another episode, but yeah, this is one thing. But in general, data is not secure in the clouds, so be careful what you upload. And if you have 1 or 2 employees, talk to them about it. Tell them, please don't upload personal data. That's the simple thing. If you're working alone, it's easy. Just follow this rule and nothing could go wrong. Because just one thing before we end the podcast, there was just the thing, if people published the link in ChatGPT and Grok, meaning there's this button where you can share the link and can send it to someone else. This chat, you can send the chat to someone else. That appeared in Google. There were topics, really private topics people shared with others. There were personal data, and somehow it appeared in Google. Now ChatGPT turned it off. Grok didn't turn it off at first. I don't even know if they turn it off now, because Grok, they don't care about your privacy. So be careful. This is not what they intended, but that happened. So you never know what happened with your data, and what happens with your data. So be careful. Don't upload everything. Ask yourself, do you want somebody else to read what you upload there? This is the basic question. The small homework for today is go into your last 10, 20 chats and see if there was private information you already shared with the LLM. Yeah, you will be surprised. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and see you in the next episode. It's Dietmar from Argo Berlin signing off. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, because I love to have you here in my small community.